Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is enjoying their day. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that as much as Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, wants to be back with Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil, he still finds himself drawn to Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford. Will Kane act upon his desire for Phyllis when his reunion with Lily fails? Kane Ashby doesn't trust Phyllis Summers. Kane agreed to work with Phyllis when she came to his villa in Nice. However, Kane warned Phyllis that they would never be intimate. Of course, soap fans know that a comment like that means the exact opposite, and some fans are curious to see where it goes. Kane obviously isn't making any progress in that department. Kane knows that Phyllis is the one who took his AI program. Unfortunately, he cannot prove that. The arguments between them as they discuss the theft is certainly bringing out the sexual tension as well. Kane has Phyllis's number when it comes to the AI theft, but it seems that she has his number where he never thought she would. Kane Ashby is hung up on Lily Winters. Kane is hung up on putting his family with Lily back together. However, Lily is not willing to give him another chance. Kane's decision to be Aristotle Dumas did not work out in his favor when it came to his kids either. Kane has hurt his family a lot, and there is no guarantee that they will ever forgive him for what he has done. Kane's children are no longer children. These kids are grown adults with their own opinions of right and wrong. The kids know that their grandfather was not a good guy, and the Kane working with him was a bad choice no matter how much he claims to have changed. If Kane had gotten rid of this program, he may have made good points, but he would have made more without introducing the program at all. The tension between Kane Ashby and Phyllis Summers grows stronger. Kane believed that the tension between himself and Phyllis would disappear. However, it appears that the attraction keeps growing. Phyllis is a beautiful woman, and she is proving very hard to resist. Kane doesn't seem to realize that the attraction is not only physical. Phyllis is a brilliant hacker, and she has just proven that. Kane may actually end up sleeping with Phyllis to try to get the truth out of her. Phyllis is frustrating him by deflecting all of his questions. Phyllis has an answer for everything Kane throws at her and is determined to blame Victor Newman, Eric Braden, for stealing the program. Perhaps an admission from Phyllis is going to be what it takes to push them into bed together. How long will it last? Kane Ashby doesn't trust Phyllis Summers, and it's starting to shake things up in Genoa City. The Young and the Restless fans know that when two power players like Kane and Phyllis end up on opposite sides of the same situation, there's bound to be trouble. Their paths are crossing again, and with so much history, tension, and ulterior motives swirling around, it's no surprise that Kane is keeping his guard up. But the question everyone is asking is, what exactly has Phyllis done this time, and why is Kane so convinced she's up to no good? The chemistry between Kane Ashby and Phyllis Summers has always been complicated. Both are ambitious, sharp-minded, and capable of deception when it suits their goals. Kane, who has had his fair share of betrayals and heartbreak, especially from people he thought he could trust, is no longer the man who takes anyone at face value. He's learned from experience that in Genoa City, loyalty often comes with a price. And when it comes to Phyllis, who's notorious for her scheming ways, impulsive decisions, and habit of turning every situation to her advantage, Kane isn't about to let his guard down. Phyllis Summers, for her part, has been walking a fine line lately. She's desperate to regain her footing after a series of personal and professional blows. She's always been a survivor, the kind of woman who can charm, manipulate, and reinvent herself to stay relevant. But this time, she's up against more skepticism than ever before, and Kane Ashby may be the one person standing between her and her latest plan. Sources close to the situation say that Kane has caught wind of Phyllis's involvement in a series of questionable moves, ones that could impact several powerful players in Genoa City. And while Phyllis insists she try and make amends and turn over a new leaf, Kane isn't buying it. The history between these two runs deep, and trust was never their strongest bond. Phyllis has a long record of deception, particularly when she feels cornered, whether it was manipulating relationships, twisting business deals, or playing both sides in the name of self-preservation. She's left behind a trail of chaos. Kane, having once been a schemer himself, recognizes those same tactics in Phyllis, and that's exactly why he doesn't trust her. It takes one to know one, and Kane can see the warning signs. He's determined not to get pulled into another one of her messes, no matter how convincing she tries to be. Insiders suggest that Kane's distrust stems from more than just Phyllis's reputation. There's talk around town that Phyllis is digging into something connected to Chancellor Winters, Kane's old professional stomping ground, and she may have information that could stir up new trouble for the family legacy. Kane's instincts tell him that Phyllis isn't acting purely out of goodwill. He suspects she's after leverage, money, or revenge, possibly all three. Her motives are rarely transparent, and her tendency to act first and explain later often leads to disaster. Kane is determined not to let her drag him or anyone he cares about down with her. Meanwhile, Phyllis sees Kane's skepticism as a personal challenge. She's used to being underestimated, and she's not one to back off when someone doubts her. If Kane won't trust her, she's ready to prove him wrong or manipulate the situation until she comes out on top. But deep down, Phyllis might actually care about redeeming herself this time. The question is whether her intentions are genuine or if she's just playing another long game. As she tries to regain the respect of her peers and rebuild relationships with her family, she can't afford to have Kane standing in her way. The tension between Kane and Phyllis could have major ripple effects across Genoa City. Their conflict touches not just their personal relationship, but also the business and family alliances that make up the heart of YNR's drama. Kane has connections to the Chancellor and Winters families, while Phyllis's influence extends into Newman and Abbott territory. If their feud intensifies, other residents could easily get pulled in, creating new conflicts and unexpected alliances. Some fans are even speculating that Kane's distrust could lead him to expose something Phyllis has been hiding, sparking a chain reaction that changes several lives in Genoa City. Adding to the complexity, there are hints that Kane may not be entirely innocent in this situation either. While he's wary of Phyllis, he might be keeping secrets of his own. His recent return to town has already raised eyebrows. And if he's investigating Phyllis, it could be because he's trying to protect something or someone important to him. Kane has been known to operate in the gray area when it comes to morality, and it wouldn't be out of character for him to play his own game behind the scenes. That's what makes his dynamic with Phyllis so fascinating. They're both master manipulators, both survivors, and both willing to bend the truth when it suits them. What fans love most about this kind of storyline is the unpredictability. Kane and Phyllis share unique chemistry that's equal parts tension and attraction. They understand each other's ambition and flaws better than most. There's always a possibility that their rivalry could flip into an alliance, or even something more complicated. However, Kane's current attitude suggests he's more focused on keeping his distance and protecting himself from whatever chaos Phyllis is about to unleash. Still, in Genoa City, emotions have a way of blurring the lines between love and hate, trust and betrayal. Behind the scenes, this story arc is giving both characters new depth. Kane has often been portrayed as the misunderstood hero or the fallen man trying to rebuild his life, while Phyllis oscillates between villain and anti-heroine. This time, their paths crossing may force both to confront their past and question what kind of people they truly want to be. Kane's refusal to trust Phyllis may not just be about her. It might be a reflection of his own fears about being deceived again. Phyllis's attempt to earn his trust, meanwhile, could expose cracks in her carefully built facade. The Young and the Restless has always excelled at creating rich, character-driven tension, and this storyline is no exception. Viewers are watching closely as Kane's suspicions grow stronger. Every time he and Phyllis share a scene, there's an undercurrent of intensity, subtle threats, veiled accusations, and the sense that both of them are trying to outsmart the other. Their interactions are a chess game, and the stakes are high. If Kane's instincts are right, and Phyllis is hiding something, the fallout could be massive. But if he's wrong and she's genuinely trying to change, his mistrust could cost him an important ally, and maybe even something deeper. As the storyline unfolds, fans can expect more confrontations, emotional exchanges, and unexpected twists. Phyllis may find herself cornered by Kane's determination to expose her, while Kane might be forced to reconsider his assumptions if evidence doesn't line up with his suspicions. Still, both characters are too proud and too stubborn to admit weakness easily, which means the tension will continue to build until something, either the truth or their tempers, finally explodes. In Genoa City, trust is a rare currency, and once it's lost, it's nearly impossible to get back. Kane's refusal to believe in Phyllis may seem harsh, but history has proven that trusting her blindly usually ends in heartbreak or betrayal. Yet, As their story develops, viewers can't help but wonder whether there's still a chance for redemption on both sides. Could Cain and Phyllis eventually find common ground? Or are they destined to remain adversaries in a town that thrives on deception? Whatever the outcome, this brewing feud promises to deliver everything fans love about The Young and the Restless: suspense, passion, betrayal, and power plays. Cain Ashby's suspicion and Phyllis Summer's determination are about to collide in a storyline that could change both of their lives forever. And as history has shown, when Phyllis is involved, nothing ever goes according to plan. For now, all Cain can do is stay vigilant, follow his instincts, and hope he's ready for whatever storm Phyllis Summers is about to unleash on Genoa City.